Looking for reliable forex analysis? Check out ForexScope for daily forecasts and insights to help you trade smarter. Link in the description and comments.
Germany's chief federal prosecutor has revealed the arrest of a German-Polish national, Martin S., who is reportedly linked to neo-Nazi circles and stands accused of orchestrating calls on the Darknet for the assassination of prominent politicians and seeking financial backing for bounties on their lives. The chilling revelation indicates that a list of over 20 potential targets, including former chancellors Angela Merkel and Olaf Scholz, along with judges and ex-government ministers, were allegedly named in this sinister scheme, as reported by local media outlets. Operating under the platform Assassination Politics, the 49-year-old suspect, whose full identity is being withheld, is alleged to have disseminated the personal data of influential figures, alongside what are described as charge sheets and death sentences. The arrest took place late on Monday in Dortmund, Western Germany, where Martin S. reportedly resides with his family. He now faces a battery of serious charges, including financing terrorism, inciting individuals to commit acts of grave violence that threaten state security, and the dangerous propagation of personal data. A statement from the federal prosecutor's office detailed that, since at least June 2025, Martin S. has called for attacks on named politicians, public officials and public figures in Germany on the Darknet. The statement further elaborated on the suspect's alleged activities. To this end, he anonymously operates a platform on which he publishes, among other things, lists of names, death sentences pronounced by himself and instructions for building explosive devices. He also solicits donations in cryptocurrency, which are then offered as bounties for the killing of the targeted individuals. The Assassination Politics platform is also reported to have featured content characterized as right-wing extremist, racist, and promoting conspiracy theories. While it remains unconfirmed whether any donations were successfully collected through Martin S.'s platform, the gravity of the allegations prompted the federal prosecutor's office, which handles terrorism cases and other significant threats to national security, to assume control of the investigation. The suspect, believed to be a software developer by profession, is thought to have acted as a lone operator. Germany's Interior Minister, Alexander De Brint, confirmed that the investigation commenced in June following a tip-off from the Domestic Intelligence Service. Local media have suggested that a significant number of the intended victims were targeted due to their involvement in public health measures implemented during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Berlin Daily Die Tageszeitung reported that Martin S. had previously drawn the attention of authorities for his actions during protests against COVID-19 restrictions, and had participated in events organized by the far-right extremist party Die Heimat. Der Spiegel further indicated that Martin S. had attended a 2021 memorial march for Siegfried Burchardt, a known Dortmund neo-Nazi leader referred to as SS Siggy, and had expressed concerns on social media regarding Europe's trajectory towards becoming an Islamist caliphate. The platform's name, Assassination Politics, may have drawn inspiration from a mid-1990s essay of the same title, penned by American crypto-anarchist Jim Bell, who hypothetically proposed the creation of a website that would solicit the murder of purportedly corrupt politicians and civil servants by recruits found online, funded by anonymous benefactors. This case unfolds against a backdrop of heightened concern for German security services, who have been actively working to dismantle a far-right conspiracy theorist movement known as the Reichsbürger, or Citizens of the Reich. In 2022, nationwide raids thwarted a plot, allegedly led by a pseudo-aristocratic businessman, aimed at overthrowing the state, attacking parliament, and assassinating political leaders. The Reichsbürger movement, which disavows the legitimacy of the modern German Republic, was once largely dismissed as a fringe group of malcontents but is now recognized by authorities as a substantial security threat. The investigation into Martin S.'s alleged Darknet activities highlights the evolving landscape of extremist threats and the challenges law enforcement faces in combating them in the digital realm. The alleged targeting of high-profile individuals, including former leaders and judicial figures, underscores the potential for significant disruption and danger posed by such extremist ideologies and their proponents. The focus on individuals who played roles in pandemic control measures also points to the complex motivations that can fuel extremist agendas. The alleged use of a Darknet platform to solicit violence and fund bounties represents a concerning escalation in the methods employed by extremist actors. The federal prosecutor's office's swift intervention and comprehensive investigation into this matter reflect the seriousness with which such threats are being treated. The reported involvement in right-wing extremist groups and the expression of anti-Islamist sentiments further contextualize the suspect's alleged ideology. The connection, however tentative, to the theories of Jim Bell provides insight into potential ideological underpinnings of the assassination politics platform. The broader context of the Reichsbürger movement and previous foiled plots serves as a stark reminder of the persistent and evolving threat posed by far-right extremism to Germany's democratic institutions and public figures. The sophisticated nature of the alleged operation, involving the dissemination of personal data and the solicitation of cryptocurrency for bounties, points to a concerning level of planning and technical capability. The fact that many of the intended targets were selected due to their involvement in pandemic response measures suggests a potential connection between public health policies and the radicalization of certain individuals, a trend that warrants ongoing observation and analysis. The investigation's origin in a tip from domestic intelligence underscores the critical role of surveillance and informant networks in identifying and neutralizing such threats before they can materialize. The alleged participation in memorial marches for known neo-Nazi leaders and online expressions of extremist views paint a disturbing picture of the suspect's ideological leanings and potential for radicalization. The broader societal implications of these events, particularly concerning the rise of extremist ideologies in the digital age, are profound. The careful, methodical approach being taken by the federal prosecutor's office in this high-stakes investigation aims to bring to light the full extent of the alleged conspiracy and hold accountable all individuals involved. The information that Martin S. is believed to have acted alone, while simplifying the immediate investigation, does not diminish the systemic threat posed by the underlying ideologies and the potential for others to be inspired by such actions. The ongoing efforts to combat far-right extremism in Germany, exemplified by past successes in thwarting coup plots and dismantling extremist networks, demonstrate a commitment to safeguarding democratic values and the rule of law. The arrest of Martin S. serves as a potent reminder that the fight against extremism is a continuous and multifaceted endeavor, requiring vigilance, robust intelligence gathering, and decisive legal action. The deliberate dissemination of personal data and the framing of targeted assassinations as bounties on a clandestine platform signify a chilling attempt to legitimize and incentivize violence through illicit online channels. The federal prosecutor's office's decision to oversee the investigation underscores the extreme sensitivity of the case, which extends beyond mere criminal activity to encompass direct threats against the fabric of German society and its leadership. The reported connection to right-wing extremist circles and the propagation of conspiracy theories further solidify the suspect's alleged ideological alignment with groups that seek to destabilize and undermine democratic governance. The mere possibility that any donations were collected, however unconfirmed, raises serious concerns about the potential for a self-sustaining network of extremist violence funded through illicit means. The investigation's starting point in June, prompted by intelligence gathered on the suspect's activities, highlights the proactive role of security agencies in identifying and mitigating nascent threats. The selection of targets based on their roles in pandemic management suggests a complex interplay of grievances, conspiracy thinking, and a desire to punish perceived perpetrators of restrictive policies. The documented participation in events associated with extremist parties and the expression of extreme ideological viewpoints provide a clear pattern of radicalization that has now culminated in serious criminal accusations. The potential influence of figures like Jim Bell and their theoretical frameworks for political assassination underscores the enduring appeal of radical ideologies to a fringe segment of society. The ongoing focus of German intelligence services on dismantling groups like the Reichsbürger illustrates the persistent nature of threats emanating from the far right, which have evolved from fringe movements to recognized security concerns. The parallel between this arrest and previous foiled plots against the state underscores the Continuous vigilance required to protect democratic institutions and public figures from extremist violence. The breadth of the alleged criminal enterprise, encompassing incitement, financing terrorism, and data dissemination, represents a significant challenge for law enforcement and legal systems attempting to address such complex and insidious threats in the digital age. The federal prosecutor's office's involvement signals the highest level of concern regarding the potential ramifications of Martin S.'s alleged actions. The explicit calls for assassinations and the provision of instructions for explosive devices, as detailed by the prosecutor's office, represent a direct and imminent threat to national security and public safety. The reliance on anonymous cryptocurrency donations to fund these alleged bounties further complicates efforts to trace and disrupt such activities, highlighting the evolving tactics of extremist organizations. The platform's alleged content, laced with extremist rhetoric and conspiracy theories, serves not only as a call to violence but also as a vehicle for radicalization and the dissemination of harmful ideologies. The case serves as a stark reminder that the Darknet, while offering anonymity, also harbors individuals and groups intent on causing harm and sowing discord. The fact that many targets were selected for their roles in pandemic measures suggests a potentially fertile ground for extremist recruitment among those who feel disenfranchised or targeted by government policies, particularly during times of crisis. The suspect's alleged past involvement with the anti-lockdown movement and participation in far-right political events points to a trajectory of increasing radicalization. The mention of participation in a memorial march for a notorious neo-Nazi leader further solidifies the extremist affiliations that have now allegedly led to calls for political assassination. The ideological underpinnings, potentially drawing from the conceptual framework of crypto-anarchist thought, suggest a sophisticated understanding of how to leverage online platforms for illicit purposes. The comparison to past foiled plots against the German state emphasizes the ongoing threat posed by extremist groups that seek to destabilize the country through violence and sedition. The continuous efforts to combat movements like the Reichsbürger underscore the federal government's commitment to protecting its democratic foundations from both internal and external threats. The arrest of Martin S. is not an isolated incident but rather a significant development within a broader pattern of extremist activity that demands sustained attention and robust countermeasures.